Hi, everybody. Welcome to the KC CHIROpulse podcast brought to you by CATS Consultants, helping doctors keep their pulse on success. I'm Dr. Michael Perusich, and I'm joined today by Marisa Mateja. Marisa is our, we call her the CA Ninja, but she's our Chief Operating Officer and honestly, one of the brightest minds in chiropractic business management. So, Marisa, hello.
You're too kind.
Now you can't get your door through the or your head through the doorway.
Right, exactly. No, thank you. All right, well, it's good to be here.
Yeah, thank you for joining me today. So you had a great idea. You always kept our clinic so over the top organized. And you keep me and our consulting group highly organized. I thought it'd be great if we just talked about how to stay organized, because you've got just some great simple methods of doing it.
I think that's a great topic for everyone. In general, we see a lot of practitioners feeling overwhelmed a lot or, running here, there, and everywhere. And so first step is to have someone that helps you stay organized, I would say. That's key.
That's huge for me.
It's huge for everybody. I think if you don't have somebody that is paying attention to the big picture with you, then
Right.
and staying organized is part of that. You have to stay on top of that big picture and what's happening and what's coming up,
Right.
not only in practice, but in your life, in your personal life, everywhere. So one of the things that we always did is we start at the beginning of the year and we look at the calendar all the way through for the full year. So that's step two, I would say, after you have somebody that's helping you, is start to plan out, what does the calendar itself look like? Because in practice, we oftentimes focus so much on our daily schedule that I think we forget to take a step back and first look at the whole picture again.
Right. You gotta look ahead.
Yeah, look at that whole calendar. So starting with, what days will your clinic be closed? What days will you be taking off for holidays or vacation time? I see that a lot of being a trip up for a lot of doctors is not planning their vacation time ahead of time.
It's funny you bring that up, because I was just talking to a client the other day, and they were talking about the fact that everybody on their staff took a vacation in the same month. And the comment was, it about killed us.
Sure did.
Yeah, sure did. Because you didn't plan ahead. And that's one of those things that we always did. We not only planned out where my vacations were going to be, we planned out where yours were going to be. We had 2 weeks out of the year where everybody took time off. And we just closed the clinic, but we really planned ahead for those events to happen. We even planned down to when the office Christmas party was going to be, to when, what are days off around Christmas, 4th of July, Memorial Day, because I think a lot of docs don't realize this, or don't think ahead enough about this. Your computerized scheduling system, which you should be using, your computerized scheduling system doesn't know those dates. They don't know that, Christmas falls on the 25th and it might be a Thursday. So, you have to really plan ahead for those very dramatically. Now, you always had this great way of managing the calendar.
What do you
talk
mean?
about that? Because you calendared everything, and still do.
Everything's color coordinated. Everything's, by person, by doctor, by staff, whatever. Everything was always,
by
everybody
event.
had by event. I probably take organization to the next level, I'd say. But in doing that, for our practices, the key benefit is for your patients and for your bottom line. So what I mean by that is once I've done that, once we've planned out all those events, so we've got all the holidays on the calendar ahead of time, all the vacation time on the calendar ahead of time, then we can really look at our clinic schedule and block those days. And I'm going to add one other thing that we add in there. It's all the trainings that we're going to do. So for our members, those virtual seminars, those workshop events that we go to live, the doctor's retreat, all those things that we do to help encourage your team building, to help build your practice, all of those things, those are on the calendar ahead of time too. And to take it one
Right.
more step, even consulting calls should be on your calendar. Anything that, pertains to the healthier practice, and even vacation time is the healthier practice, because as we know, taking time out of the practice actually helps when you come back. You're
Right.
more energized, there's all these things. But you put all these things down on the calendar, and the benefit becomes that your staff is now able to schedule appropriately those advanced multiple schedules. They can actually put on the calendar those schedules with no issues, because those days are already blocked that shouldn't be scheduled on. So you don't lose appointments. That's the biggest thing that I see with organization, is that it allows you to keep all of those patient visits
Yep.
on the calendar. You don't lose those because you're out of the office. Those
Right.
get scheduled around that day. So those people that typically come in on, let's say, Thanksgiving Day, a Thursday, those people either came in then on Wednesday, or they came in on Friday that week.
Right.
You don't lose appointments, and
Right.
that's something that I feel like I hear a lot anyway, is there's this hesitation to schedule anything out of the clinic because I might lose revenue. Well,
Right.
if you do it right, no revenue to lose.
Okay, so I want to bring up a great example. So your daughter and my daughter both
Mhm.
played high school golf,
Yep,
soccer, and show choir.
correct.
And just so everybody knows, uh, golf was in the fall.
Mhm.
Show choir competition was during the winter, like
Correct.
basketball season, and soccer was in the spring. So, I mean, it was literally every day of the week for the entire school year.
Felt like it.
These girls had something going on, whether it was a practice or a match, a game, a tournament, a show choir event, whatever. And so, Marissa, you would take their schedules the minute they would come out, and you'd
Mhm.
build them into our clinic schedule, so neither one of us had to miss an event.
Absolutely.
And we
Absolutely.
just worked patients around it.
We did. And the funny thing is when you do that and patients know that you're spending time with your family, they appreciate that so much,
They do.
because they want to see you being able to breathe and take a break a little bit as well. Now, part of that is, if you have associates and things like that, planning around each other is super important.
Yep.
So having the same type of thought process for not only yourself, your employees, but your associates, it just creates a nice, even schedule that you're able to manage.
Right.
And I know, getting organized, I'm going to take it one step further and put you on the spot, because you even go as far as to organize the time that you read emails, respond
Yep.
to emails. You factor in those type of things several times throughout your day.
Yep. Yep. And a
You
lot
know,
of them are actually on my calendar. And the great thing about calendars today, if you're using an electronic calendar, and I know you use both, but all mine's on my phone. And so I set alerts, and I know when things are happening. Just a couple minutes ago, my phone dinged me about something I have going on tomorrow, for example. And it's those little tools that just really help you make organization so much more simple.
absolutely. That's one of the things that I also see, is I don't see our chiropractic clinics using those electronic tools as much as they should be.
Right.
There's just such a great opportunity there with those electronic calendars, and you can color code them. You can make those, for my personal calendar, my kids have different colors, and all their events are labeled,
Right.
correctly, so that the the nice part is your eye, immediately can go to that color when you're looking at your calendar in full, and you know exactly where those things are in your month. So, or in your week, or in your day,
Exactly.
and so there's just so many tools that are out there now that should make our lives very easy, to not only organize those outside events, but the actual schedule itself within your office.
And here's another thing I think we should point out in the clinic, in your business. It's important to have a centralized person, and that was always you. For us, still is. Um, have a centralized person. So docs, when you have something that needs to be on your calendar or something you need to do, even if it's your weekly Facebook post
Yeah.
and you've got to remember to do a Facebook Live, again, I use my phone to have it on there, but Marissa's still the centralized scheduling agent. So she's involved in it too. So for example, if you're using like a Google Calendar that you can see on your phone, which is what we use, Marissa sees my schedule.
Mhm.
And so having that centralized person, especially when you're off seeing patients and things all day, to come up and say, hey, doc, just a reminder at 12:30 today, you're speaking at the Lions Club. Oh yeah, that's right. Thank you for reminding me. So just having that extra set of eyes helping you stay organized is hugely important.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that's why I said step one is get somebody on your staff to be that person for you to help you stay organized. And that's everything. That's scheduling your time with your consultant, that's scheduling your time out of the clinic, anything that needs to be happening in your world that they should be able to help you get that on your calendar.
Right. Right. And keeping organized too, I think is also about creating a system of what do I need to do today
Yeah.
and what do I need to do at some point. So
Sure.
I still use, I've got two of them laying here next to me. I still use, and I think you do too, legal pads. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
just draw a line down the middle and stuff on the left. There's a big A on top of it. The A priority things I have to get done today. And the B priority list on the second side of the page are things that I just want to get done or ideas or things that, I need to get done in the future. And eventually they'll become an A priority.
Yeah.
And in my mind, at least, that's just a great way to quickly see what you need to do. At the end of the day, you redo your list for tomorrow. And there's great joy. We talk about celebrating wins. There's a celebratory win every time you cross something off, which
Feels
makes your
good.
brain want to do it more. What's that?
I said it feels good.
It
It
does
feels
feel
good to
good.
cross something off your list.
Yeah. And then when you don't get them crossed off, then they become double priority tomorrow, or you don't
Right.
go to sleep until they're done.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
If
So,
you're a night owl, you can stay up and do them.
right. And you've got this amazing, you kind of mentioned it, but color coding system in your calendar that you use. She's got this humongous pack of colored pens that I think
Correct.
has every color under the rainbow, but every color means something.
It
And
does. And the nice part about that is that, like I said before, at a glance you can see what you need to be doing or
right,
what happens with either that person or that type of event, or I mark in a certain color when the clinic's going to be closed, or different things like that all have different meanings. But the big part is it's easy to read, it's easy to connect what that belongs to.
right.
And so, I can just glance very quickly and know, that purple's all my marketing stuff, where's that at? I just have all those things in a manner with which you can find them quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think this is an important conversation. I obviously we talk to clinics all the time. It's what we do. But so many of them just are lacking some of the organizational skills that will get them to the next level. It's amazing how you can just, for example, increase your capacity by just managing the organizational side of your practice so much more,
Yeah,
and personal too.
and that's something, that we work on with clients a lot
Hmm.
is their actual clinic schedule. Because again, there's a lot of um, just placing people on the schedule to get them in versus actual true organization to make sure that things function and work as efficient as possible.
Right.
So that's a whole nother pardon me, that's a whole nother level of organization that we work with clinics on.
Yep. Fantastic. Well, thanks for scheduling the time to do this with me
Absolutely.
today.
And it really
So
was scheduled.
it really was scheduled. Yep, absolutely. All right, everybody. So if you want to find out more about how we help clinics with organizational skills or just managing the entire clinic, because we do everything from A to Z, you can give us a shout. Or the simplest thing is to go to katzconsultants.com, go to the top right corner of the front page, homepage of the website, and you can schedule on my calendar. Actually, you can jump right on there. We call it a breakthrough session. We do these for free just because we enjoy talking to doctors and helping you. And, if we're a great match for you, then maybe you can become a member and get involved in everything else we do. So, Marisa, thanks again. Appreciate it. I'm sure I will be talking to you again later today on some level. I think we have a meeting later. So hopefully it's on the schedule. All right, everybody. From all of us here at CATS Consultants, we appreciate you tuning in to the KC CHIROpulse podcast. Be sure to check us out at catsconsultants.com. And from all of us here at CATS Consultants, be well adjusted.